Hello and welcome. Today I came with very important lecture, that is absorption of drugs. In previous lecture, I have discussed with pharmacokinetic and membrane transport systems. So pharmacokinetic is basically it is the study of absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. So today I will discuss absorption in a detail. So absorption of drugs, basically it is the movement of a drug from its site of administration into the circulation, except intravenous route, because when you give a drug by intravenous route, the drug directly reach into the systemic circulation, hence absorption is not required. So apart from intravenous route, drug needs to be absorbed. The rate and extent of absorption varies with the routes of drug administration. Absorption, there are some factors which influence the drug absorption. So these factors can be a drug factors or the physicochemical factors. These are either lipid solubility of drugs, nature of the drugs, pH of the medium, like drug is going to absorb in the stomach or the intestine, pK of the drug, molecular size of the drug, disintegration and dissolution of the drug, dissolution time of the drug basically. Let's discuss one by one. Lipids, how lipid solubility of the drug affect drug absorptions. So drug which are lipophilic, or you can say lipid soluble or lipid loving drugs are easily cross the membrane. Why? Because our cell membrane is made up of lipid bilayer. So those drugs which are lipophilic or you can say lipid soluble easily crosses the biological membrane. The drugs which are lipophilic or hydrophilic have problem crossing the membranes. I have already discussed in last membrane transport system. Water soluble drugs during the crossing the cell membranes, it will get some difficulty, and that's why there are various other processes through which they can be passed. But lipid soluble drug easily crosses the biological membrane or cell membrane. This is the major source of variation in drug diffusion or absorption processes. Degree of ionization, how ionization affects the drug absorption. So only non-ionized or non-polar drug diffuses across the membrane, hence this is an important factor. And lipid soluble drug basically remain non-ionized form. That's why lipid soluble drug easily crosses the crossing the biological membrane. Non-polar drugs are lipid soluble drugs. Polar drugs are water soluble, hence they can't absorb from biological membrane, or they will absorb, they can cross the biological membrane by different other processes, filtration or carrier mediated transport systems from aqueous pores, but they will get some difficulty during the crossing the cell membranes. That's why degree of ionization affect drug absorption. Degree of ionization polarity. So example, lipid soluble, that is non-ionized molecule, see NaCl, and hydrophilic, that is ionized molecule NaC plus Cl minus. So the more lipid soluble, more absorption, the more water soluble, less absorption. So lipid soluble are faster absorption while water soluble are lesser absorption, hence these are the ionization of the molecule or the drug affect the drug absorption. How non-ionized or lipid soluble drugs absorbed via cell membrane. See, so if the drugs are lipid soluble, they can easily cross the biological membrane. If the drugs are lipid soluble, they can easily cross the biological membranes. See, yes, if the drugs are water soluble, then they does not cross the cell membranes or cell membrane. This lipid bilayer cell membrane does not allow to cross the ionized molecule. So it can be hence it may affect the drug absorption processes. Effect of pH on drug absorption. So acidic drugs better absorbed in acidic medium, and basic drugs better absorbed in basic medium. Dear student, please keep memorize, and this is a very important point I am discussing. Acidic drugs better absorbed in acidic medium, basic drugs better absorbed in basic medium. So acidic drugs like aspirin are better absorbed in stomach. So acidic drugs, here just to memorize this, acidic drugs better absorbed in acidic medium. So where it found acidic medium? In stomach. So that's why acidic drugs generally absorbed from stomach, while basic drugs generally absorbed from alkaline medium, that is found in intestine. So this is the major and very important point. Acidic drugs absorbed in acidic medium, which is found in stomach. So acidic drugs absorbed from stomach, while basic drugs absorbed from alkaline medium, that is found in intestine. So basic drugs always absorbed from the intestine. So how this can be affect the drug absorption processes. So these are the some example of acidic drugs which are absorbed from the stomach, while these are the basic drugs like morphine, atropine, hydroxyzine, amphetamine. These can be absorbed from the basic medium. Acidic drugs are better excreted in basic medium. Another important point in last slide, acidic drugs absorbed from acidic medium, while acidic drugs better excreted from the basic medium, and basic drugs better excreted from the acidic medium. So in case of acidic drug poisoning or alkalination is done, acidic drugs better excreted from basic medium. So if poisoning happens with acidic drugs, then you can alkalinize the urine and to promote the excretion of that particular drug. Example, salicylate poisoning, aspirin poisoning. Aspirin is acidic drugs. So if it happens, you can alkalinization of the urine with citrate or bicarbonate, hence it can subside. You can excrete out from the body. In case of basic drug poisoning, so basic drugs always absorb from basic medium, while it will excrete from the acidic medium. So if the basic drug poisoning happens, then you can acidify the urine. Acidification done to promote excretion of that particular drug. Okay, this is the major point. Importance of environment pH and drug pK. So degree of ionization or polarity depends on the pK of the drug, that is pH of the body fluid. pK means value of drug pH when the concentration of ionized and non-ionized drug form is equal. pK, importance of environmental pH and drug pK means degree of ionization depends on the pK of the drug. pK of the drug means basically pH of the body fluids. So pH of the body fluid, if the volume of pH when the concentration of ionized and non-ionized is equal, then if the drug pK drug is equal to pH of the medium, it means when the concentration of ionized drug and non-ionized drug form is equal. This means if pK of the drug is equal to pH of the medium, then 50% of the drug is ionized and 50% are non-ionized. This is called equivalent. Let's see, for example, what is the pK of this drug. So this is the as per Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. These are the equation by which we can calculate the pH of the drugs. So this equation, this is the formula of the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. pH is equal to pK of the acid plus log concentration of ionized acid upon concentration of unionized acid is equal to 1. So log 1 is equal to 0, hence pH is equal to pK. This is the 6.0. So these are the table of the acidic drugs. So in this condition, when pH of the medium is equal to pH of the particular drug, that is called 50% ionized and 50% non-ionized. In these cases, these are the 6.0. This is acidic medium drugs. So how this affect? This can be affect the drug absorption processes. Another molecular weight. How molecular weight affect the drug absorption? So this is relatively constant for the most of the drugs, because molecular weight usually vary between 100 to 500, but smaller in size and more absorption. If the molecular weight is generally not variable, they mainly become 100 to 500. So if the size of the molecule is smaller, then absorption may be fast. So size of the molecule affect the drug absorption. Drug absorptions in here, disintegration and dissolution time. Disintegration and dissolution of the drug. So drug is given orally route in the GIT. They will take time to disintegrate to form the granules into small molecules, and also it will take some time to dissolve into the aqueous medium, then absorption takes place. So that's why they will take some time to disintegrate and dissolve in the aqueous medium. That's why it affect the drug absorption processes. So these are the some important factors which affect the drug absorptions. Coming to the factors affecting oral drug absorptions, because oral route is very important for absorption. So when the patient, or if you are taking drug from oral routes, they have to absorb in the stomach or the intestine as you given by parenteral routes. So there are some factors which can affect during the oral drug absorption. They may be host factors, or biological factors. In host factors, surface area, motility of the GIT, presence of food, blood supply to the absorptive area, destruction of drug in the GIT. So these are some factors which may affect during the drug absorption takes place via oral route. Surface area, how surface area affect oral drug absorption? The more absorptive surface area, the more absorption. If you provide large surface area to the drug, they are easily absorbed. So that's why the more absorptive surface area, the more absorption takes place. Surface area of the intestine is far greater than the surface area of the stomach. Generally, the drug absorption takes place in stomach or the intestine. I have already discussed basic drugs absorbed from the intestine, while acidic drugs absorbed from the stomach. So surface area of the intestine is far greater than the surface area of the stomach. So intestine provide good absorption process as compared with the stomach. So basic drugs absorb faster as compared with the acidic drugs. So these may affect the drug absorption processes. Motility of the GIT. How GIT affect the drug absorption? So increased gastric emptying. Motility of the GIT, if the motility of the GIT is increased gastric emptying, drug reaches to a small intestine, exposed to large surface area, leads to more absorption. If the GIT motility is high, it leads to fast absorption or more absorption, while blood supply to the absorptive area, another important factor, blood supply to the absorptive area, increase vascularity of the absorbing surface, the more absorption. So in those areas who have large vascularized, high blood surface area, high blood flowing area, there is a higher, faster absorption takes place. So high motility rate, the lead to more absorption, while motility may be diminished, while motility of the GIT may be diminished, so absorption also diminished. In blood supply at absorptive area, so more vascularity and absorbing surface, the absorption is a good. So this may affect the oral drug absorption. Drug binding. So binding in the food, the drug binding with the food increased. Hydrochlorothiazide, propranolol, reduced ampicillin, isoniazid, rifampin, erythromycin, binding with other drugs or compound, tetracycline with CO2, chloroquine with the retina. So when the drug binds with a particular food material in the stomach or intestine, the absorption may be diminished. Okay, these may affect the oral drug absorption. Destruction of the drug in gastrointestinal tract is another factors which affect the oral drug absorption. In the GIT, these are gastric hydrochloric acid or enzyme etc. So drugs may be destroyed in GIT before the absorption. In gastrointestinal tract, there are certain enzymes and gastric hydrochloric acid. Because of this, there are certain drugs may be destroyed in the gastrointestinal tract before the absorption. Okay, example, benzyl penicillin is destroyed by gastric hydrochloric acid. That's why penicillin always given by parenteral route, intramuscular or intravenous route to bypass absorption from the intestine. Insulin is destroyed by proteolytic enzyme. That's why insulin never given by oral route. Hence, destruction of the drug in GIT affect oral drug absorption. Absorption via subcutaneous or intramuscular route. So drug deposited directly into the vicinity of capillaries during the subcutaneous or intramuscular injections. Lipid soluble drugs pass across the whole surface of capillary endothelium. Absorption from subcutaneous site is slower basically apart from other parenteral routes. Effect of heat and muscular exercises accelerate the drug absorption by increasing the blood flow. Vasoconstrictor like adrenaline injected along with local anesthetic retard the absorptions. Hyaluronidase incorporation facilitate drug absorption from the subcutaneous injection by promoting the spreading of the drugs. So these are the some factors which helps or which affect during the absorption via subcutaneous or intramuscular route. Absorption via topical route. So any the drugs given on a topical like ointment, cream, solution, suspension, these can be absorbed via topical route. So systemic absorption after topical application depends on lipid solubility of drugs. Here also the more lipid soluble drugs absorb faster. Only a few drugs significantly penetrate intact skin like hyoscine, fentanyl, GTN, nicotine, testosterone, estradiol. Corticosteroid applied topically can produce systemic effects and pituitary adrenal suppressions. Organophosphates produces systemic effects while coming in contact with the skin. So these can be happens with absorption takes place via topical routes. First pass metabolism. What is the first pass metabolism? First pass metabolism is the metabolism of a drug during its passage from site of administration to the systemic circulation. This means drug metabolized before reaching to systemic circulation. First pass metabolism is metabolism of drug during its passage from the site of administration to the systemic circulation, but drug does not reach to systemic circulation. It gets metabolized before reaching to systemic circulation. This is called first pass metabolism. Differ from drug to drug and partial to total inactivations. Partial like propranolol, salbutamol compensated by higher doses undergo complete first pass effect. Route has to be changed like insulin, isoprenaline. So if the drug given by oral route and the drug does not reaching to systemic circulation, this means it has been metabolized earlier by different regions. So if the drug is undergo complete first pass metabolism and that particular drug if does not reaching to systemic circulation, then we have to change the route of drug administration. If the drug given by oral route does not reaching to systemic circulation, this means they have to given by parenteral route like insulin. Insulin if you given by oral route, it destroyed in the gastric acid, does not reach to the systemic circulation, and hence that's what is given by subcutaneous route. So here, thank you.